Hi, this is Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach, and this is Monday Inspiration. How often do you feel stuck because you think that you came into this world with a set of character traits that you can't change, right? You're fearful, or you're depressed, or you are not a good listener, or you are distracted all the time. And so you think these things are holding you back. Actually, you're not stuck at all. You may think you're stuck, but you're not stuck. You may have these qualities. It's true. You may have those qualities. But in every moment, you can choose how you show up in this world and how you show up in this lifetime. And that means that you are not stuck at all, because it's your choice. And you can choose to be courageous. You can choose to be present. You can choose to be energetic. You can choose to be joyous. You can choose to be daring. Anything you want. The fact is that when you choose these things, these qualities, and you become conscious of whether or not you are acting as if you are these things, as if you are courageous, as if you are present, as if you are joyous, then you will check in with yourself and you will say, I'm not cutting it today. I'm not as joyous as I would like to be. And then you can become more joyous. You can generate the joy. You can bring the joy. And as you do that, you develop a habit of being joyous, or of being daring, or of being more present with people, or being more patient, whatever it is. I'm not the most patient person in the world. I really am not. But if I decide that patience is a quality I want to have, that I want to be known as a patient person, and I want to see myself as a patient person, then I can decide that this is a quality that I will develop. And I'm going to start by saying I'm patient. I am a patient person today. And from here on out, I am a patient person. And every day I will check in with myself several times to see whether I am accomplishing that. Am I impatient with the speed of my internet? Or am I patient? Am I patient with my client or impatient? Am I patient with the salesperson on the phone or impatient? That one's tough. But you can see how I could check in several times a day to see whether I'm accomplishing my goal of developing the habit of patience. Once I develop the habit of patience, or joyfulness, or courage, or whatever it is, presence, then I actually have become that. I have chosen to be that, and I have become it. I wasn't stuck being impatient, right? That doesn't have to affect me for the rest of my life. I can move forward now as a patient person because I've developed that quality. So in every moment, you can choose how you show up in this world. Can you see that? And that's what I challenge you to do. I challenge you to choose, to make a conscious decision of how you want to show up in this world. From this moment onward, choose 3 words that will define you from this moment on. If you were your best self right now, who would you be? Would you be joyous? Would you be courageous? Would you be patient? What would you be? What would your best self be? And then think about your relationships. What would you be in relationships? Would you be present? Would you be loving? Would you be sympathetic or passionate? Or what would it be? And maybe at work or in some other areas of your life, what would you be? How would you define yourself? What words would you choose to define yourself? I want you to think about those. I want you to write them down. And I want you to post them in places you can see them often. And I want you to put them in reminders on your phone so that every day you consciously check in with yourself to see if you are behaving in the way you want to behave, if you're responding in the way you want to behave, if you are becoming that person you want to be. Our past doesn't have to define us. That's the important thing. Matter of fact, who we came in as doesn't have to define us. But for most of us, we tell ourselves stories. And we say, well, because I was abused as a child, then I am an abuse victim. And therefore, I behave in certain ways and I think in certain ways. And that will be me for the rest of my life. But it doesn't have to be. You can choose something different. I once interviewed the late Stuart Wilde. If you haven't ever read any of his books, read Stuart Wilde's work. And when I interviewed him, he said to me, he said, just because someone fell out of a tree and now walks with a limp, that doesn't have to define who they are. It doesn't have to be their story moving forward. They can choose something else. They do not have to be seen or see themselves as the person who limps. So that's what I challenge you today to do, to see yourself differently, to see yourself as your best self in every scenario, and to create yourself as that best self by developing new habits, new ways of being in the world. Choose how you're going to show up in every moment of every day. Okay? That is my challenge to you. This is Nina Amir, the Inspiration to Creation Coach. You can find out more about me at ninaamir.com. That's NINAAMIR.com. And if you're interested in high performance coaching, then contact me on my site at ninaamir.com for a free high performance coaching session and learn how you can get a free ticket to the next High Performance Academy. Thanks so much. Go out there and achieve more inspired results.